No. Oh, I say! Messi. Oh, brilliant skill from Lionel Messi. Surging forward with real menace here. Brilliant from Messi. Oh, what a goal that is!
Forgot to add myself to the stream again, didn't I? Good morning to everyone. How are you? Who else is absolutely crying out for the Premier League to be back? It's all gone a bit quiet, hasn't it? I've had a very interesting 24 hours. We'll let you know very, very shortly about this 24 hours. First and foremost, the link is in the chat for the Just Giving page. The link is going to be here at 10:07 a.m. As you can see, there you go. 10:07 a.m. This is the link. If anyone would like to donate any money, don't have to yet, don't have to at all. But if you would like to, this is the Just Giving page for the 24-hour live charity event for the British Heart Foundation. So far, we've raised £263 across 17 people of the 4K that we're looking to raise. Big up. Good morning to every one of you. Yes, it's strange. It's Ballon d'Or nomination week. I'll tell you what's funny. Let me start with a little funny story. In the last 24 hours, I've put out a couple of videos, one 60-second short and one 10-minute video about Lionel Messi and Erling Haaland and who should win the Ballon d'Or. And honestly, I truly believe that when I've talked about Lionel Messi, I feel as though I've probably tried, I might have said Richarlison, the number of people that are coming back saying he wasn't even that good in the World Cup. And it is just making me think, sorry, what? Like, I know it's opinions, but surely we all watched the World Cup, right? It's like the biggest competition in the world. Didn't we all watch Lionel Messi rip the absolute crap out of every single team he played against and carried Argentina to a World Cup? I'm getting messages now going, oh, was he that good? Oh, when he scored a few penalties. It's like, oh my God, what has happened to football fans? Like, how has anyone watched a man at the age of 35, 36 win his country the World Cup basically on his own, drag them from the depths of defeat 3 or 4 times in the tournament, and then people are going, oh, is he that good? I have no idea. These people don't deserve the Lionel Messis of this world. I'm going to say it out loud. But big up, you lot all deserve content. So here we go. Let's try and get the content going. Smash the likes. And as always, have you liked and subscribed? 20% of you have said no. That is not very nice, is it? But big up to the 80% that have. Big up Vinny Rowley on his birthday. Big up Savva. It is my birthday today. How old are you, Vinny? I'm guessing from your picture, you're 20, 21 maximum. Let me know your age. Maybe I'm doing you a disservice there. Maybe you're younger. I'm very jealous. Big up to you. Yes, big up to you indeed. 1 second. Why are people sending? Why do people always wait until I go live and then start sending me stuff? It's like, stop sending me stuff. You know, you can see me live. But happy birthday to Vinny. That's from Mark Cook. And good morning to you as well, Mark Cook. Big up to you. Big up to you. Tigaro is in the chat as always. Good morning to you. Hit the bar. Happy birthday, Vinny, as well. Me telling you I was going to be 3 minutes late. Billy Andrews in the chat saying, I want this international break over. Me and you, buddy. Me and you. Would anyone hate it if I literally spend 15 seconds going to get my fan, which I've not put on? Please, can I get my fan? It is absolutely roasting with these lights on me. Bear with me 1 second. And just like that, so sorry. I knew I'd forgot something this morning. Sorry, you know when you've got a fan and you need it on because it is hot. Come on, spin round to me. There we go. Sorry about that, everybody. I thought I did everything. I've got the water, got the pint of water. Tell you what I got this morning. Little cheeky pack of Jaffa cakes. Got the Sky Sports on. Got the pug sleeping next to me. And then got the fan that I had forgotten. Big up to George, who has said, morning, everyone. Has anyone seen YouTube by Hadj? First four Spurs game. Very interesting analysis. I have not seen this, I'm afraid. I did watch some analysis yesterday with people talking about why Brennan Johnson should be on the left, which I completely disagree with. But we'll talk about that a bit later. Sander Melligan is in the chat. Big up to you, my friend. Sander Melligan in the chat. Alan Shepherd's here. Good morning to you. Good morning to the Big D. Big up to you, my friend. Mark Cousins is inside the house. Couple of channel members there. Jerry James. Big up, Jerry James. Love Jerry James. Said, big up, Savva. Amazing work. And big up for the 24-hour charity stream at Football Heritage. Yes, as always, the link is now in the chat. There you go. I'll put it in again. If anyone would like to donate, the link is now open. We've just had another $10 go in there. So big up to Tigaro for doing that. Thank you very much, my friend. Amin has said, liked as always, good content. Keep it up. Thank you very much. Freya Sands has said, at George, what's Hadj? Yeah, I don't know what that is either. Nick Brown said, I also watched the Hadj stream. Yeah, what is Hadj? Everybody, Hadj, what is it? Pam Kirkman said, big up Savva and fans for donating to Rosie's GoFundMe page. As Rosie says, keep it up. Yeah, big up to the people that did put some money in yesterday for young Rosie so that she can get the machine she needs to get better. So big up to everyone that helped with that. Morning, Sweeney Todd. Morning to Paul Hancock. Morning to whoever that waster is, some bloke called Football Heritage TV. Dwang Critter said, good morning. Good morning to you over there in Australia. East London Gooners here. Big up to you. Yeah, I just hate them, East London Gooner. I'm not a fan. Listen, we'll be doing a live watch along purely because it will be during the middle of the 24-hour live charity stream. But other than that, I get so bored with internationals. England seem to batter most teams in the groups. Then when we get to tournaments, suddenly forget how to play football or forget that we're allowed to attack. But big up to you all. Big up to James Flower. A big up to Rinketic, who's in the chat. Steve Strasbourg. Steve is here. Said, Savva, do you think there are any world-class players in Serie A? Any world-class players in Serie A? Let me have a think. Juve? No. Milan? No. Inter? No. I don't think there is. Let me know, Steve, who are you thinking? Maybe I'm massively overlooking someone. Off the top of my head, I can't think that there is anyone. By the way, everybody, we are now only 47 away from 11K. So hopefully we can hit that today. Hopefully we can hit the 47 today. Big up to each and every one of you. Big up to Rinketic. Nick Brown said he's a Man U fan, but took an in-depth look at Spurs. It was excellent analysis. Definitely, I'll go and have a look at that. I'll tell you what happened yesterday. Some bloke on TikTok, wow, he got really offended at me. So I put a video out. Bearing in mind, it's Football Heritage TV. I haven't got the name Spurs in my channel. I think I've always been pretty open that I want to be able to do content about anybody else. And this fan, I put out a video called Man United Are a Mess. And I explained in the video that this isn't about 4 games. This is about the club as a whole. They had the Ronaldo situation last year, the Maguire situation with him in trouble, Greenwood in trouble, Anthony in trouble, Sancho and the manager. The football's horrible. Managers coming and going. And he was like, oh, well, what about Spurs? And I was like, yeah, but this video is nothing about Spurs. I haven't done a video about Spurs. Then why are you talking about them? You're a Spurs fan. I was like, yeah, but I'm a football fan, right? I'm a football fan with a football YouTube channel. I'm just talking about Man United. Oh, well, worry about the problems at your own club. And I couldn't quite get this fan to understand that my opinion on Man United isn't based on me being a Spurs fan. And I know loads of fans struggle to separate being an adult and being in the playground and going, oh, I just love my club so much that you can't talk about my club. So that was funny. And then with all the messy chat, it was just like my mind was a bit fried last night. Even I said to my wife, I said, I can't believe, look at some of these things I'm reading about Lionel Messi. And she said, I'm not even the biggest football fan, but she said, even I can see that nobody comes near him. I was like, yeah, it's like pretty obvious. But hey, it is what it is. It's why we love football. Morning to Siraj, morning to Anna Dawes, morning Anna and her beautiful, beautiful dogs there. Big up to you. Lex Chambers, big up to you. By the way, am I live at 3 today? 1 second. We live at 3. So I was just checking I'm live at 3 of Pots. Sorry, I completely forgot I had a show at 3 o'clock today. Good morning, Ryan McFarlane. Big up to you, my friend. There is to do. Is it? Mario 2012. Big up to you, Mario. Really generous supporter of the channel and a channel member. So big up to you, Mario. I hope you're looking forward to the amount of nonsense that will be chatted for 24 hours on my channel at the weekend. Here he is. Here he is. The chief moderator. All take a bow. All read your rule book because Ben, I'm sure, has been sending them out. Big up, Ben K. Next week, Ben, I'm going to come to the coffee shop. Let's sort that out. Next week, I'll come to the coffee shop one of the days because it's International Week again next week, isn't it? So yeah, absolutely. Pete Shaw in the house said, good morning, Savva and chat. Hope everyone is well. I am well. Yeah, Messi had that free roll. Yeah, Messi just ran the games. Like, I honestly, I just feel like I was watching something different. Morning, Savva, a marker for everyone looking ahead to the Sheffield United game. Just 3 days earlier, Argentina playing Bolivia in World Cup qualifier. Assuming Coutinho plays, doubtful will start on the Saturday. Yeah, let's watch out for that. Kudos said, I watched Messi and I don't think he carried Argentina. I don't understand how he didn't. He got all their goals. He got most of their assists and literally dragged them through games where they weren't looking good. I don't know what people watch. I really don't. They were a good team, but Messi just carried them. Sorry. PH Family said, hi, all. Do you think there should be a different categories for Ballon d'Or so defenders, midfielders get a look in? Do you know what? I think the problem is once you start adding more categories, I think now you're not an outright Ballon d'Or winner, are you? Now people will go, oh, joint Ballon d'Or winner. And I think the whole point, it's only my opinion, I think the whole point of that trophy is that you are the best of that year. You are the best. But I agree, defenders and midfielders tend to get overlooked. I think it's always mainly been that way. Anthony said, are these people real? Messi took Argentina to the cup and it's the... I know, mate. I know. Messi was just doing Messi things. He's an alien. Yeah, he is. Yeah. And by the way, Peter Shaw, yeah, a big boo to the 20%. Talking about booing, I always like to boo this guy. Phil P. Big up, Phil P. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I feel like my video might as well have been me saying, God, isn't Richarlison world class? The reaction to people that watched Lionel Messi in a World Cup at the age, this is where I don't think people understand. At the age of 35, nearly 36, dominating the World Cup, winning it for his country, being player of the tournament, 10 goal and assist contributions in 7 games, and people going, oh yeah, but a couple were penalties. Oh yeah, but it's like, what? Like, imagine this guy played for England. English fans wouldn't be able to say enough about him. It's madness. Madness. Ben K has said Lionel Messi is the lovely shards of rock salt on top of the delicious steak. Absolutely sublime. Love that, Ben. Love that. Aldo has said, I remember Messi absolutely ripped apart Gvardiol. Yes, I think people are forgetting this. I think they're forgetting that when they were struggling in game 2 against Mexico, that he got the ball out of nothing, 3 or 4 touches, boom, out of his... Like, I just don't think people seem to... They have short-term memory loss. Good evening to Carl. Good evening to Savva. Dave, not just at you, mate. Loads of people. Listen, there are opinions, but then when you're going to knock Lionel Messi, who's just won a World Cup and player of the tournament, I mean, I can't really give it any credence. Like, he was player of the tournament. like at 35 years of age. Oh, big up to you. The Razor chair on fire. Big up. Yeah, these chairs are well comfortable. Gary has said, if you win, bet the name your... If you win the bet, name your price. If I win, you... Gary, listen, I'm going to start ignoring you after this. I have asked you so many times. You keep challenging me to a bet, and then when I ask you what bet, you disappear. everyone is watching this right now. Gary, in the chat, tell me right now, what bet do you want? And what is the actual bet and the terms, right? Actual bet and the terms, I'll take the bet. You don't ask someone for a bet and tell them to make the terms. Not quite how it works. Tisnado has said, hi, Sav, I can't have you sweating on screen. No, this is lovely now. This is lovely. And I'm going to stop the rotation. That's perfect. I've managed to stop it just on. Oh, that's perfect. I've stopped it just on me. That is perfect. Hit the bar. Good morning to you. Hope you're well. Dazza said, hi, Sav. I hope you had a great week. Yeah, it's been good so far. Just wish we had some Premier League football, my friend. Carl said it can't be that hot, surely. It's hot for the UK. It's hot for the UK. Honestly, like if I was to, if I do that, can you see the light shining through? Like it is really warm. Let me see if I can give you an idea. It's always difficult when you see that. Look at that. You can't even see past the light. Yeah, that is what we're dealing with here. Which maybe for you Australians isn't bad. For us English, we're not used to this. Good morning to Big Daddy Shin. Good morning to Dave H. Everybody, as you walk in, smash that like button. Only half of you have. And the link in the chat isn't to subscribe. The link in the chat is anyone, if they did want to donate to the Just Giving page for the 24-hour charity stream. A few people have this morning, so big up to those people. And as I've said before, we're going to be doing the live. We're going to be doing the live auction, for James Maddison 10, and there's proof that it is from the Tottenham club shop. It's officially from the club shop. There you go. It is real. Let me see if I can show you a bit more with that. Yeah, it is absolutely official from the Tottenham club shop. So we will be doing an auction for charity, and the highest bidder, the money will go straight to the Just Giving page, and every penny of it will go to the British Heart Foundation. So come along for that. Wes, big up to you. Has said, big up, Sav. I love the channel. Looking forward to the weekend. Me too, my friend. Me too. Listen, I'd pay a lot of money to see that happen. Poor players should have their contracts ripped up, or they should be sold or something. But yes, absolutely. Not for me. Not for me. I'm going to be brutally honest. I don't think any of those two are world class. I think Osimhen's had a great year. I think there's a huge difference. Again, the world class. I always come back to the world class conversation. The world-class conversation. I don't think Osimhen's done anything in world football to be called world-class. I think he's had a good year. Would I consider Nicola Barella world-class? Been brilliant for 3-4 years. Barella, possibly. Bastoni, not world-class for me. I think a couple of years, maybe. I like him. I've seen him have far too many games where he looks completely ordinary. Nicola Barella, I really like. Didn't he just go to... Saudi Arabia? Or am I making that up? Let me know. Good morning. Good morning to Rights Wildlife. Hope you're well, my friend. Dazza said, morning all. The last day can watch in the morning. Back to work tomorrow. Sorry to hear that, my friend. Ben has said, yeah, Man United are a total mess. They are lucky they can still get the best players. Yeah, I think they're... Listen, I don't even just mean the games on the pitch. And this is where I think I always use this comment. I always talk about critical thinking, because if you make a comment in the world of football, people naturally go, oh, it's 4 games in. No, listen to what I said. I didn't talk about this season. I'm talking about Man United as a club. The whole thing feels weird. It is what it is. Sava's favourite words. Bang on. Jason, you've got a good point. Messi is good, but he isn't the Doc. Big up. Yet to be fair, the Doc could play up front or centre half. Could Lionel Messi play centre half? I don't think so. Ryan McFarlane said, sorry, no, I've done that one. Sorry. Good morning, Mark Cook. Good morning to Amir. Good morning to Rinketic. Joseph Tyler, good morning to you. I said, morning, Sav. I hope you're well. What's your opinion on Phillips' chance of getting some minutes now? Davinson is gone. Listen, I've had many a debate about this. For me, I think he definitely needs minutes. Look, you're not going to break up that partnership, are you, of Romero and Van der Ven? I'm not suggesting that for 1 minute. But if one of them's injured, or if it's suspended, or you're winning a game 3 or 4-0 with 20 minutes to go, I think you blood him. There must be a reason we bought him. And otherwise, what happens? We give Dyer and Sanchez those minutes when we know what they're about. I'd rather give a young centre-back time who might make a mistake. But then again, we see Dyer and Sanchez make mistakes every week. And hopefully blood them and grow them into the team. That's my take on it. Nana Hotspur said, morning, Savva. Really don't like the international break. After waiting so long for the season to start. Listen, I hear you, my friend. I hear you. And I promise I'm out here. I'm trying to get some content that isn't international. I'm trying, but it is tough out there. There's not a lot of topics. Obviously, there's no transfers going on. There's no games that have happened. So it is tough. Billy Andrews has said it was a privilege to see Messi live. He Spurs at Wembley in the Champions League. Best performance I've seen. Yeah, he was something else, wasn't he? Ben has said, next week on my show, we'll make the ultimate hot chocolate. Boom. Ben, I'll message you after this and I'll arrange a time to come over to you. Russ said, smash the likes, everyone. Boom. Smash the likes, everybody. 147 likes so far. Small crowd in today. But hey, we're all friends. That's what we're all here for. Ian Barron said, good morning, everyone. Everyone watching, hope you're well and not melting yet. Have liked as normal. Big up to you, Ian Barron. Always been here since the early days, Ian has. Rights Wildlife said, morning, Savva. Hope you're well. Hope you're well. Was videoing a Philippines summer cobra yesterday. Crazy experience for our channel and was great fun. Big fan of your content. You guys off to a great start. I just don't even a summer cobra. I mean, I'm guessing that's a snake, right? I don't even want to know what that is. I don't even like spiders, let alone a cobra. But big up to you, Rights Wildlife. Sounds interesting, my man. East Laguna said, Savva, as a British player, has a British player ever won the Ballon d'Or? Yeah, didn't Michael Owen won the Ballon d'Or, didn't he? Am I right in saying that, people? Did Michael Owen win the Ballon d'Or? Mark Cook said, if Cootie plays 3 days before Phillips, may well play against Sheffield United. Let's see. Strange that they've got the game so close, but hey, it is what it is. Kudos has said they weren't carried through. Messi couldn't win it in 2014 because the team wasn't good enough. The team was much better this time around. He's the reason he won it, though. Right, again, this is, sorry, Kudos, lack of critical thinking. So in 2014, when they lost by an extra time goal from Germany, means the team wasn't good enough versus this time when they won on penalties versus France. Let that sink in. Critical thinking. Critical thinking is massive. I'm sorry, just because they didn't win it in 2014 against a very good Germany team doesn't mean he didn't carry them this time. I watched every single Argentina game and I thought it was a good team, not a World Cup winning team. Messi killed it. I just don't I don't know, Tigaro. I don't know. I don't know. I watched that World Cup and without Lionel Messi, that team doesn't even get out of the group stages. There you go. I'm going to say it. Good morning. I mean, what I don't get about it, Tigaro, is everything went through Messi. Even if he didn't score, every build-up went through Lionel Messi. Every move started with him. And people are still going, oh, yeah, but I think they would have done well without him. No, they wouldn't. They wouldn't have got out of the group without Lionel Messi. Just madness. Good morning, Spurs related. Hope you're well, my friend. Hope you're well. The three-legged dog has said, good morning, Savva. Very interested in your thoughts on Ange's book and how it relates to Spurs. Without passing in your pocket, you do seem to channel Ange's thinking process better than most. Look, I don't know a lot about it, if I'm honest. I'll be interested to find out more about this. Look, I just think that from my point of view, to come to the end part of your comment, this is everything I like in a manager. And I think, again, sorry, I'm huge on critical thinking. I'm huge on people being able to see outside the box. How many Spurs fans literally sat there and went, oh, he's from Scotland. He manages Celtic. He's managed Japan. He's managed in Australia. How many people don't understand a coach, don't understand the human element, the man-to-man management of football? You know, the arm around the shoulder, the ethic, the ethos. I just feel we get a lot of people that go, oh, Nagelsmann's better. Okay, but at what? Do you know what I mean? At what? So, yeah, listen, I don't know if that answered your question, but Yeah. Corey boy, big up to you, my friend, channel member, has said people that mock Messi's or Ronaldo just have to look at the incredible talent these men have, and we got to see both the GOATs of football in our time. Sure, man. Like, we'll never see that rivalry again. We will never, I don't think, ever see that rivalry again when two players are so much better than everyone else. By the way, guys and girls, please don't forget to keep subscribing. We are only 48 away from 11K. Let's celebrate 11K today, shall we? That would be amazing. I don't think we'll ever see a player. I've never seen, since Messi started playing football, I've never seen a player as good, half as good, or anywhere near as good. I think this man is the greatest I've ever seen in my 40 years of living. The greatest by a mile, by a country mile. Big up to Philly 2109. I say good morning, Savva, and the magnificent chat. Messi has always been an international talent and a consummate professional, both on and off the field. I'm looking forward to the 24-hour stream. Me too, brother. Me too. It's hot. It's hot enough. It's hot that everyone's complaining about it hot. Yeah, absolutely, Mark. I keep asking him every time, and he calls me out. He's like, come on, Savva, take the bet. I'm waiting for the bet. Nick Brown has said, yeah, come on, Gary. I was here the last bet you threw down and disappeared. Exactly, Gary. Come on, Gary. No peer pressure, mate. And here is the link to the Just Giving page for anyone deep care. Coover to the 99. Coover, let me know if you want to come on, brother. We can have some silliness and some chat this morning. Let me know. I'm sure you need your little fix of Savva. I need my fix of your beard. Let me know. Yeah, every day. Yeah, Gary does this every day. Every day. He'll do it tomorrow as well. Good morning to Chris C. Toronto. Hope you're well, my friend. Kudos has said at Coover, do they all go around praising you and kissing your feet? Jesus Christ. God. Addy Smith has said, morning from the ATL. Hate international breaks. Is ATL Atalanta? Wasn't there a band called ATL? Am I making all this stuff up? Coover has said, go on then, mate. Right, I'm going to send Coover the link. Should we get that bearded, handsome man on? Oh, no, I'm on. Hang on. We'll get Coover on anyway. Hang on. Why am I getting loads of LinkedIn messages all of a sudden? Why have I got loads of... Okay, never mind. We'll deal with that afterwards. Right, should we get Coover 99 on? Coover 99, here you go. Let's send him the link. Coover. Coover's one of my favourite people. Deluded as hell. But listen, we love that about Coover. There we go. He'll be on shortly. And big up to everyone. Right, we're now only 46 subscribers away from the 11K. If anyone hasn't, be kind. Smash that button. AJ has said, oi, oi, Savaloy. Morning, fella. Good show as per. Anyone who is slating Messi simply don't understand football. The man is mercurial, the greatest to ever put on a pair of boots. Do you know what? I think Rio Ferdinand did a 10, 15-minute video analysis of him from the World Cup in the games. And they just showed how he was integral to every single move, every goal, his scanning of the pitch, how he controlled the games when he turned it on versus when he turned it off. And still people go, no, I don't know. I don't think he carried them. Yeah, he really carried them. They're not winning that without him. Yeah, but that's just my thoughts. Ronaldo McDonaldo. I mean, that's a great name if I've ever seen one. Savva, what is your thoughts on Dyer having a meeting with Levy? Surely will make Ange just like him even more. Where is this? Where has this been seen? I don't have any context to this, Ronaldo McDonaldo. Let me know. Let me know. Big up to the one person that did just subscribe. Come on, people. Be generous. Kate is in the house. Big up to you, Kate. Philly has said Dyer should be next to have Gis to have contract terminated. No mercy. Bang on. And look at this guy. Here he is. Coover, the 99th Coover. How are you?
I'm doing well. How is yourself, Savva?
I'm good. I'm really good. To be honest, I didn't wake up until 20 past 9.
Hopefully you can't hear the fan behind me, because if that has to go off, I'm out of it.
I can't hear it, mate. Can you hear mine?
No, my fan's too noisy, mate.
Oh, no, mate, you're good. I can't hear it. Hang on. No, I can't hear a thing, mate. You're all good.
You were talking to one of the viewers about a bet earlier, and it just piqued my interest because I thought, you know what, one of my favourite bets is that I keep winning. Did Luis Suarez win the Ballon d'Or?
God, did he?
Yeah.
He did he?
Yeah. People will bet against that.
Wow. Hang on, let me get a list of... I'm not doubting you.
No. There's a catch there, mate.
Go on.
Luis Suarez won it in 1960. It's a different Luis Suarez.
Ah, okay.
Regularly, unless people have known that one.
Coover, you little scoundrel. I'll tell you what, let's have a little look at the list of Ballon d'Or winners. For anyone that wonders why the Ballon d'Or conversation is coming up, it's because the official list was announced yesterday. We'll come back to all this, by the way. All this talk about Eric Dyer and having a meeting with Levy. We'll come back to that. I'm going to show this screen. Look, Coover, one of the things that gets thrown at the Ballon d'Or is, oh God, what's going on here? Has that worked? Can everyone see that, or is it a bit small?
You've said that before, haven't you?
Hey. Right. So one thing that keeps getting thrown at everything is that defenders don't win it. Midfielders don't win it. And look, I mean, that list there is what, 2006. We'll go a bit further in a minute, but that list there is
the likes of Beckenbauer would have won it, definitely.
Sure. But I mean, look, in this last, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. In the last 16 winners, you have got there Ronaldo and Messi as forwards, Kaká as a forward. You've got Benzema as a forward. And then the only two that aren't forwards on that list are Luka Modric and Cannavaro. I do think, listen, I might get completely wrong. I've not seen the list below that. Most of that is going to be really skewed, though, because Messi and Ronaldo have absolutely dominated. But let's have a little look below that. Let's go from 2006. So if we keep Cannavaro at the top. Look, I mean, what have you got there? Ronaldinho, Shevchenko, forwards. I mean, Nedved, are we classing Nedved as a midfielder? Is he what are you putting Pavel Nedved in as?
Great footballer, playing wherever you like.
Yeah, class act. Then you've got Ronaldo. There's the English quote up. There's Michael Owen in 2001. Again, Figo, Rivaldo, Zidane, Ronaldo, forwards. Matthias Sammer he was a centre-half, come holding midfielder, come whatever you wanted. He was pure class, wasn't he, Matthias Sammer? What a footballer he was.
Absolutely. Everybody on that list is a quality footballer. There's no doubt about it. Yeah.
I mean, look, people like weird...
walk into most teams in any era, really, don't they? Most of them.
I'll tell you the worrying thing for me is when you look at this list, like if we look at 99 to 89, right? So most of those players between 99 and 89 would have played in the same era as each other, right? Look at the forwards, right? Yeah. Van Basten, Papan, Baggio, Stoichkov, Weir, Ronaldo, Zidane, Rivaldo, Figo. Like now you look at world football and go, where are all the forwards? Like, where are all these players? Where have they gone? And that's why when people go, oh, football's better now, I'm just, hang on, I'm just going to go a bit further back. I'm not having it. Look, I mean, the Keegans, even Alan Simonsen of Denmark, people talk to me about him being a great player. Rummenigge, Paolo Rossi, Platini. Like, where have all these players gone? Where have they
retired,
gone,
mate? Don't you know how it works? No, it's a dying art form, scoring goals, isn't it? You don't get the out-and-out goal scorers. It's an all-round game for a lot of players. You look at, in particular, Ronaldo and Messi, competition they've had between them. You got the world-class, generational talent of Messi. I think Ronaldo's, a bit below that in terms of skill, I think, but he makes up for it in the physical attributes. Just pure goal scoring, he's incredible. Possibly edges it for goal scoring over Messi, just because he's got hit him with the ball anywhere, aerially or on the ground, he's going to score. But it's kind of dying out. You Gary Linekers, your Michael Owens, those sort of players. Even a Van Basten, he'd struggle to get Ballon d'Or for Messi or Ronaldo at the moment. It's a kind of a thing of the past, but we might see it come back into the game in a few years. We tend to go in cycles with this sport of ours. Sometimes the defenses come out on top. Recent years, it's all about the forwards, isn't it? They're the headline grabbers. Doesn't matter how good you are as a defender. you're not going to make the headlines if Messi scores 5 goals in your game, are you? So it's just the way it is. I think next defender to get into it is going to be somebody that is absolutely universally regarded as magical at the back there.
Well, let's ask that question then, Coover. Let's ask that question because, listen, let's be fair. As we said, Messi and Ronaldo have dominated it. Justifiably so. They have been the best 2 players on the planet by, let's be fair, a country mile. Yes, Modric managed to win one of those 4. Out of 14, Modric got 1. The rest was shared between Messi and Ronaldo. Defender-wise, I'll ask you this question. Off the top of your head, can you think of a defender right now that you look at in world football and go, wow, like you are the perfect defender? Like when you look down the years at the Barresis, the Maldinis, even, I'm going to say it, people are going to hate me, the John Terrys, how good he was, the Rio Ferdinands, the Tony Adams, the Sol Campbell. What? Did I say? Sorry, what? No. I didn't say that.
We hate him. We can't deny he was quality. That's
the Vidiches, the Desai's, I could go all day long. Now I don't look at any defenders in world football and go, oh, you are ridiculous and forwards are scared of playing against you. Someone in the chat, let me know before Coover answers in the chat. Defenders that are, I'm talking Rio Ferdinand-esque levels. I'm talking about Rio, then the next level to the Maldinis and the Barresis. Is there anyone in world football at centre-half that is that world-class? Coover?
I think the last one I saw, purely in a defensive point of view, probably Vincent Kompany.
Oh, good player. Good player, yeah.
He was right up there. He had everything and the power to go with it. At the moment, you're going to look at Man City, haven't you? The sort of players they have. Ruben Diaz, he's there because he's a great footballer, first and foremost. The defensive side of his game's excellent, but he is there because you can get the ball on the deck and he knows how to play. It's kind of a difference now. We are seeing these footballing centre-backs. We've seen it at Spurs with Toby and Jan, how we're purring over that. You go back a few years, Michael Dawson was a hell of a defender. Nowhere near the same quality of footballer, though.
Yeah.
So again,
I would love a Dawson now.
Yeah,
I would love a Dawson in the squad now.
Yeah, the out and out stopper. Well, not Dawson in a high line like this. No, I think last season we would have used him more. Defending on the edge of our box, perfect for him. Playing on the halfway line and having to win a foot race every now and then, no chance he'd get slaughtered. It's the reason we got rid of him in the first place. Couldn't do that role under Pochettino. Shame because I liked him. He had good character, good captain. Just lacked the physical attributes we needed. Bit of pace and a bit of a. He wasn't exactly a silky smooth defender on the ball, was he? Horses for courses. Times have moved on. Everybody wants to play out from the back. Everybody needs good footballers. It's going to be very rare. You will see a top team now with an out and out stopper in it, but doesn't really do it. Oh, perhaps Rudiger would be one. He's perhaps a little underrated as a footballer, but as a stopper, he was fantastic when he was on form.
Yeah, do you know what? I think you make a great point. Nowadays, the way football has evolved, I'm not saying I don't think it's evolved for the better, by the way. People can have that debate all they want. For me, I liked it when defenders could defend. Do you know what I mean? I liked it when wingers could take on a man. I liked the kind of old school beauties of football. But you're right. I look through and even, Coover, look at the best teams in the world. Yeah, Man City, Diaz, top defender. Would I put him anywhere near the likes of Rio Ferdinand, the John Terrys, the Desai's, the Tony Adams? No. Good player. Would I put him up there with them? No. Who else in the world? Real Madrid. All right, you got Rudiger. Other than that, they've got Alaba playing centre half. Who, let's be fair, most of his career was played at left back. Bayern Munich.
There's one that breaks the rule there. Of thinking of Real Madrid, Sergio Ramos. That's like he's kind of that blend of really old school where you could get away with the stuff he does that he didn't get away with, and the ability to play affect both areas of the pitch. That in either box he'd cause mayhem. I think Virgil van Dijk would have been another one, but that injury has absolutely
it's done him, hasn't it?
ruined him, hasn't it?
Yeah, you can see it just over that first. I think people like this is what I've said about the whole Bentancur thing. Like when people are just going, he'll be amazing. It's like I don't think people understand how an injury of that level. If in professional sport you lose half a second of time up there and down there in your feet, that's huge. And what I'm seeing with Van Dijk at the moment, I don't know. The Newcastle game for me showed everything about Van Dijk. Up there, he knows what he wants to do. I don't think his body's reacting to it quick enough because that red card he got 2 years ago before the injury, that forward's getting nowhere near that ball. He's getting there first and coming away. And they're the small margins, right? They're the small margins.
It's going to affect his confidence as well. He's saying about up there. I think it's affecting him too because he knows it's not as easy for him to do what he used to do. Before, he was the most confident player you'd see on the pitch. He knew he was the daddy. Nobody was getting past him. Doesn't feel like that anymore. Little bit of problem with Liverpool's squad aging. They're not playing quite the same way, but it's really noticeable with him, isn't it? Because I think he was widely regarded as the best on the planet at the time. Yeah. That's even with the likes of Ramos about. Let's face it, Van Dijk was superb at his best. One of the best I've seen, certainly.
Oh, absolute Rolls Royce of a defender. Cut short. I mean, I say cut short. He's still playing at the top level for Liverpool. Liverpool could go on and win things this year, and he'll be integral to it. But he's just lost something. There's just something's missing in centre halves. It's that, they used to come through at a rate of knots. I remember at one point, like think about it, right? If Ledley King was English now, sorry, that made no sense. If Ledley King was playing now with his ability, he'd be the best centre half, the best English centre half by a country mile for me. When you look at it, who's the best one? John Stones is the best centre half.
Eric Dyer, clearly,
yeah. Eric Dyer and Ledley King.
No, Ledley would be light years ahead of anybody else at the moment. I think footballing wise, John Stones is an excellent player.
Superb footballer.
But you've got to have a bit of everything, though, haven't you? To make the grade. I think that's why you rightly always bring up Rio Ferdinand. He's another one of the best I've seen.
I think the thing is with Rio as well, it's not just how good he was at reading the game. Up there, he had it. He had pace. He never went to ground. Like, you know me, I don't like defenders that go to ground. He never went to ground. He nicked in front. He was good in the air. He was a leader. And he was one of the first, I think, in the Premier League that was really comfortable at bringing the ball out. I'm not saying players before him had him, but he was very comfortable at, he was a footballer, just like his brother, who was just as good. But my point in bringing up Ledley King, that was a joke, by the way, about Anton Ferdinand, anybody. The reason I bring up Ledley King is, you think in this era, Ledley King would have 100, 120, 130 England caps, and he'd be the best England player by a country mile. Then Ledley King couldn't buy himself a starting position for England. And then even when he got the starting position because John Terry was injured in the Euro, oh God, I'm going back, Euro 2004.
It's around about the right time.
I'm going to go with 04 in my brain. People in the worst thing and the best thing about being live is people in the chat will soon tell you if you're wrong. John Terry was injured, I think, for the first two games of the Euros. I think the first game or the first two games. King came in, got man of the match playing against France, keeping Thierry Henry quiet. And then what happened the moment John Terry was fit? See you later. You're out. And you had Terry, you had Ferdinand, you had Jamie Carragher, who was a very good defender.
I think with Ledley, though, that wasn't just purely about his ability. That was managing the injury, wasn't it? Because there was no way he was going to do multiple games in a week in a World Cup format. So I think
but I mean, let's be fair. Over that tenure, these two that are on the screen right now started. If they were fit, they started for England, right? If they were fit, they were a centre-back pairing. Now I look at England's centre-backs and look, let's call it for it as it is. Harry Maguire still gets called up for England. Let's call it as it is, right? Harry Maguire back in the day, he's not getting anywhere near these England setups. No. You had solid defenders like Gareth Southgate was a good centre-half. He was a good centre-half. I'm not putting him on Terry's level or Ferdinand's level, but he was a solid centre-half who did his
steady,
job.
wasn't he? Steady Eddie.
He did his job. Nowadays, you don't have them. You don't have many Southgates. You know, we're tinkering around and going, oh, who'd you put in there? I mean, Colwill has come into the England team. And let's be fair, what's Colwill done to deserve an England call-up? You know, it's all a bit strange for me. A question from Kesh. Let's answer this together, and they've got some super chats. So, morning, Savva. What 5 players do you think Spurs can't do without for the whole season? Coover, let's see if our 5 are the same. You go.
Should we do them one each at a time? Well, I think we'll have the same 5 somehow.
Yeah, go on.
Right, Romero.
Yep. Van der Ven.
Maddison.
Basuma.
Sarr.
I wouldn't put Sarr in that bracket for me yet. Just for me.
Yeah, I do, because I'm looking at the sort of core through the middle.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I think that's the only one we disagree on. For me, I'd put the other one. I think it has to be Sonny now. I didn't think it was. I think it has to be Sonny when I look at. I don't think anyone else is prolific. So I think for me, it's going to have to be. And then in the next bracket,
you kind of got to have Doggy and Porro as well, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I was going to say the next bracket below that for me was Porro, Doggy, Vicario, and Sarr. That was those 5, then that 9. And then I think the other 2 that you've got, which are the wide men, I think you'll be able to rotate, and I think you could live without. Just my opinion. I think the key 4, if I look at the key 4, I think the 4 we first mentioned, Maddison, Basuma, Van der Ven, Romero. That 4 through the spine, for me, is absolutely vital to keep fit.
Yeah, I've got to agree with that.
Yeah.
Right now, I'd say the Doggy's got to be up there just at the moment, because who is the alternative?
Yeah, it's a huge drop-off. It's a huge drop-off. I get it, right? Most clubs, you're going to have a big drop-off from your first place to second place. But I think it's so noticeable with Spurs because we've got an 11 and the rest of the squad, I go, meh. But hey, thank you so much for that question. Let's look at some super chats. Orox Beats, big up to you with a massive super chat. I said, big up, Savva. Big up to you as well, my friend. One of my favorites. I said, not football related. Okay, as long as it's not sex advice, I'm here for you, my friend. Just got offered a new job as head chef kitchen manager. Big up to you, Oryx Beats. Big, huge congratulations to you, my man. Never been a manager before, so I'm very stressed but excited. By the way, thanks for sharing the donation pages. Listen, first of all, congratulations, massive congratulations for the job. You clearly deserved it. Somebody clearly thinks that even though you've not been a manager, that you're management material. And I don't think management's that difficult. Listen to people, try and understand what makes them tick inside and outside of work. Understand that some people need a kick up the arse, other people need an arm around the shoulder, and just don't micromanage. And let people forge their own path. There you go. There's my advice for managing.
And relax. You've been offered the position because somebody else thinks you know your stuff. If you know your stuff, what's the worry about?
What this git said, what this man said. Yeah, I don't know why I called you a git. No need for that. Sorry, very abusive.
I'm out there.
Big up, Oryx Beats. Well done, mate. Well done for getting the job. Always good. If anyone else has got good news, share it. Let's be a positive place to live, right? He's come back in and said, still only 24, but being a chef has aged me 50 years. Hats off to you, man. I watch some of these chef programs and it just looks all a bit too stressful for me. And then you'll have people sending food back for the littlest of things and it must drive you crazy.
There's a reason we have the phrase, if you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen.
Right.
It's literally true.
Yeah, absolutely. Talking about heat and kitchens, there's no segue here at all. I've made this up. We are now only 45 away from 11,000 subscribers. So if you haven't, please be so kind to smash that subscribe button. I'm going to put the link in the chat, and it really does help. I'm not mentioning it as much these days, but it would be great to get to that 11K. It's kind of a monkey off the back, so to speak. So please do. Subscribe and keep liking the show. Tigaro, the single parent Furia, said everyone should look at Ange as the second coming of Ferenc Puskas. That's as close to a comparison as possible. And Puskas is a legend of the sport. Big praise from Tigaro there, Coover.
I'm sorry, I can't agree with that. We're talking about one of the greatest footballers of all time, and we're talking about a manager who's still fledgling in this league. Love what he's doing so far, but for the very fact we're comparing one as a player, one as a manager. Did Puskás go on to manage? I don't think he's really known for that, is he? He's known as being the player, part of that great Hungary side, especially the one that came over and gave England a good pasting at Wembley 6-3. So
didn't Postecoglou work under him or something, or coach with him, or train with him? Wasn't there some link that way?
Yeah, possibly.
Not sure, but listen, Zygaro, listen, if Ange turns out to be as good a manager for us as Puskás was as a player for Hungary, then we can look forward to some Champions Leagues and some league winning medals. And according to Coover, we're winning the league this year. So, it's all good. It's all good. And thank you.
There we go. There we go. He's answered it. There's Tagaro.
What's he said? I'm still in the super chats.
Ange spent 3 years driving him to training and translating for him.
Ah, right. Okay. Sorry, I'm just eating Jaffa cakes. Oh, quite a lot.
Oh, come on. Have you brought some for the whole class?
Yes. Look. Right. By the way, so I've had 2. This is my second. This is the pack. What will happen tonight, right? The missus, I won't mention her name, she'll get home and she'll go, "Where are those Jaffa cakes?" And I'll say, "I ate them." She'll go, "Well, all of them?" I'll be like, "Yeah, there was like 8." Yeah. Like, what do you mean? Like, "Oh, there was loads." No,
that's a palate cleanser before you make Jaffa cakes. In fact, it's an insult to leave a packet of Jaffa cakes half finished.
Right. I never understand. Let us know in the chat. I never understand anyone who opens a chocolate bar, has a couple of squares, and then wraps it up and puts it back. What is this? What is this?
It's like, have you got any biscuits to go with the tea? Oh, I don't know. I'll just check. I know how many biscuits. Either a full packet or nothing.
Right. Yeah, and then, like, I tell you what, my nan used to do this many years ago. Like, you ask for it, she'd get you a tea and biscuits, and you'd get 2 biscuits on the side. It'd be like, "Nan, are we rationing? Like, this isn't the war. Like, why am I only allowed 2 cookies? Like, I'm a growing lad. Get me cookies. I want all the cookies." But
yes, it's okay if she's like serving you a couple of biscuits. She's got like the towel over her arm, and you taste one and go, "Yeah, that's all right. Bring us the pack."
Yes, that will do fine, thank you. Yeah, like tasting a wine.
Absolutely.
All right, Speaks has come back in and said, "Thank you for the advice, mate. Listen, you got this. Somebody made you a manager for a reason. You got this, my friend. Big up to you." And here's an interesting one from Nana Hotspur. I'm going to start with you, Coover. What's your favourite sports film? This is a good one. Good question. I like that. Big up, Nana Hotspur. I'll go back to the comments for a second because I'm falling way behind.
I think I really enjoyed the original Mean Machine with Burt Reynolds. That was just a lot of fun, that movie. The remake I quite liked as well, but mostly because it reminded me of the original. That was a classic. Other than that, I really enjoyed Moneyball because it was like a really good insight into what happened on baseball. And
was that Brad Pitt and Jonah Hill?
Yeah. That was a good one. Any that are based on, got some sort of a documentary type feel to them, where it's based on actual events, they can always be good. There's a great movie about Paul Gascoigne. There's the stuff about some of the World Cups. Some of the documentaries on FIFA and the corruption were brilliant. Not really so much movies, I suppose, but
let me chuck one at you. Let me chuck one at you. So, I love Jaffa cakes. They're just so small.
That's not chucking one at me. I literally wish you were chucking one at me.
All right, mate. That sounds a bit sexual.
That's Jaffa cakes.
I'm gonna chuck. I'm not saying these are my favourites. These are just a couple of films that came to my head. Let us know in the chat, everybody. This is what International Week does to us. I'm gonna go with. Can we call this a sports film? Escape to Victory. Right, with Pele, Sly Stallone, Bobby Moore. I think there was a couple of others in there as well, right?
Was it really a good film, though?
I don't know. Listen, I just remember I enjoyed it. What about, just for comedic effect, Dodgeball?
Oh, yeah. That's fun. That's fun.
If you can't dodge a
beauty.
wrench, you can't dodge a ball.
Tigaro on form this morning. Slapshot.
Oh,
what an
yes.
amazing film that is.
Yes.
And if we're going to go for the fantasy type stuff as well, an old James Caan film, Rollerball.
I know that.
It's a dystopian sort of future where it's the most violent sport going. They're all on roller skates and motorbikes going around a circular track, beating the hell out of each other while scoring the goals with a really heavy steel ball that gets shot out of a cannon. It's brutal.
Could you class Running Man with Arnold Schwarzenegger as
absolutely I can.
As a sports
film.
film?
Come on, like you wouldn't pay a subscription to watch that.
Oh wow! What I love.
Here's my money.
I could watch that all day long. I can watch it all day long. What I'll tell you what, another film, Mighty Ducks. For anyone that watched the Mighty Ducks films, come on, that's a true American story. Let's get back to some football, shall we?
One more.
Go on.
Since we're on ice hockey films, there was one with Rob Lowe, and it was called Youngblood. It's the fun film.
And Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore, yeah.
Failed ice hockey player becomes golf pro. Love it. Only in America. Big up to everyone inside the chat. Thank you so much for all the likes so far. We're on 224 likes. A bit of a fun show this morning because we've got to endure international football. I don't even know, do the games start today? Is there football for anyone to watch tonight? I don't know what's going on. What's going on in the world of football today? There are some games. I might do a watch along. France versus Ireland. Anyone interested? Hey, we'll give it a go.
France Ireland. That's a nice one for the Irish.
Oh, for Thierry Henry.
Might watch that just to see if there's some angry people around. Yeah.
Yeah. The Irish going over to Paris and absolutely tearing the place apart. Love it. Only joking. All the Irish I've met are fun-loving people that love to stick away some alcohol. Nana Hotspur said Savva and Kiva. I love that. Savva and Kiva. I think we've just done that. Big up to you, Nana Hotspur. Good question. Got us thinking. Jake B has said, big up, gents. Which free pass Spurs players would you love to see in a big Ange team? Coover, how many can you pick? Let's try and go with what would suit the... Oh, listen, you go. Actually, pick any three you want. Go on. Free players to come into the big Ange team. I'm thinking along the
same lines as you. Let's just think of some that really suit the Ange team. First of all, I would go for Jurgen Klinsmann.
Oh, Jurgen up front in this system.
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh, naughty. He was so good. Like, I know people just look. I know now younger fans now literally just look at somebody's goal record. This guy oozed aura, didn't he? He had defenders didn't want to play against him because he was just like, I'm Jurgen Klinsmann. It was, what a player Jurgen
You talk about anybody beating Haaland for, the goal scoring records. If we had Klinsmann, I reckon he'd be in with a good shout of it.
Class. Tom, anyone else?
All right, keep going. My all-time favourite player, one of the best Spurs players of all time, Glenn Hoddle. Doesn't matter what the system is, you will find a way to fit him in. Everything Maddison can do, imagine it done even better. Playing anywhere as well. You could put Hoddle at left back, and he's going to be outstanding. It's he's just an awesome player. And I think to round it off, then I would probably go for. It's got to be Luka Modric. Just keep things ticking over. This doesn't actually fit the Ange system so much, but how can you not have them in the team? Those sort of players. I'm all about the players with the maximum ability, the greatest skills on show you can possibly get. I think if we had those three in, we'd just be on fire.
I'm going to go with.
Already are.
Everyone knows who the first person I'm going to pick is, right?
Davinson Sanchez. Noddy.
My man David David Ginola all day, every day. I can only imagine him now in these formations on the left-hand side, ripping these poor fullbacks to pieces. Fullbacks now that don't concentrate on defending, imagine them against Ginola. I mean, he would rip them to pieces. And all these fans now that talk about players like Kulu and Brennan Johnson, all these wingers. Can you imagine? David. I'd pay £500 a game to go and watch him play right now. By the way, yeah, Jerry Maguire. Sorry, someone's got to chuck in. Rocky, Jerry Maguire. Sorry, we'll come back to those in a minute. Raging Bull. Of course, Cool Runnings counts, Mia. Of course, Cool Runnings counts. David Ginola, listen, one of my faves, I think gets massively overlooked when talked about is I think Teddy Sheringham.
Yeah.
I just think this man was just so underrated. And when we talk about forwards now, and I know during the 24-hour stream, Coover, we'll do another best Spurs 11 to play in the Premier League. And when I don't put Son in, I put someone like Sheringham or Klinsmann ahead of him. People will go, oh, you don't know ball. Oh. These players were just up there. These players were just different gravy. So I'm going to go with Sheringham. I'm going to have Sheringham up top, Maddison in the hole, Ginola on the left, and I'm going to go with Gascoigne. I'm going to have Gaza in and alongside Yves Bissouma. Right, I'm going to put this out there. I think if either of our teams happened with those three, we win the league. Right, I'm going with Porro, Romero, Van der Ven, Doggy, Gaza, Bissouma, Maddison, Ginola, Son, Sheringham. Happy with that?
Seems pretty reasonable to me.
Yeah, and with yours, have Hoddle, Modric, and Klinsmann.
Klinsmann, yeah. I was about to say Berbatov then. That could have been an easy choice as well.
Oh, but Berber in this formation, linking up.
I'll tell you what, we've done so well for forwards at this club over the years. We really have had some top players in there.
Which is why when I'm told that Richarlison needs time, I'm like, nah, get me proper forwards, please. Oh, wow.
I remember the times when we couldn't fit them all in the team. Now we're looking for one.
Right. No, I completely agree with you. Just quickly, some of the films. You think of all the films we missed. Any given Sunday, Warrior, Hoosiers. Young Blood, Rollerball, Waterboy. I loved Waterboy. That was very funny. Field of Dreams. Died of Dreams. You mean Field of Dreams? Days of Thunder. Some really good films there. Let's get back to some super chats. Strasbourg Steve has said, I do Serbia versus Hungary watch along today. I'm a proud Hungarian. Steve, I mean, what are you? Like, I don't understand. I feel like you support everyone, every nationality in the world. What's happening, mate? Like, what do you mean you're a proud Hungarian? I love Steve so much. He's one of my favourites. I love Steve.
Perhaps he has got a Hungarian heritage in his family.
Are you Hungarian, Steve? Let us know. Are you Hungarian, or are you talking about? Anyway, listen, that should be a really good game as well.
It's like me. I'm English, but I've got Norwegian in my blood, so I take an interest in them. So.
Yeah, look at you trying to connect yourself to big Eric Torstvedt over there. Big Eric Torstvedt. I'd love him in goal.
By the way, you talking about Sheringham, bigging him up a lot. I agree. As far as I'm concerned, in terms of pure footballing ability, I rated him over Kane.
Oh, I agree. I think Sheringham was up there. Yeah. Up there before players did it now. He was doing it then. For me, if I remember rightly, in a Premier League era where everyone was an out-and-out striker, him and I would say Bergkamp and Zola, I would say, were the three that were different. They were the three that would drop, link up play, but still scoring a hatful at the same time. And people always say to me, I'm not going to make this Kane versus Sheringham. People always say to me, Kane outscored Sheringham. It's like, yeah, but in that day, it was two strikers. So all the emphasis wasn't on one player; it was on two centre forwards.
Yeah.
And Sheringham, when he had a centre forward partner, he wanted to complement more than score. That was the player he was. But different era, different styles of football. But I think Sheringham was so good. It's the reason he went until about 42, 43.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe he kept going, didn't he?
And there's a big reason why Man United came along and snapped him up, and they win the treble. I mean, it's
right.
He adds to it. He adds to it.
Absolutely.
Anyway, that's a good conversation to have anyway, because love them both.
Oh, superb. Yeah, we've had even a player like, by the way, keep subscribing, people. We're being really tight today. 45 away still. If we can just get another 5 or 6, and then hopefully we get the other 40 throughout the day, that would be really good to end the day on 11K. The link is in the chat. If everyone could just go over right now and smash that button, it'd be amazing. I'll do the super chats, then I want to talk to you about another forward who I think was massively underrated. Rob78, thank you so much. Sticking in a super sticker with a lovely picture of Paul Gascoigne. You can't mistake that picture. Big up to you, Rob. Thank you so much. El Dante has said Dembele in the middle. Perfect. Can you imagine Dembele and Basuma as a 2? Wow.
You don't need to play a central defence then, do you?
No. That would be sublime. Absolutely sublime. Big up El Dante. And I'll tell you what, Nana Hotspur's come in with, I don't know how I've overlooked this film. I watch this film once a year because I think it's absolutely brilliant. Is Mike Bassett, England manager. Now, this is a phenomenal film. When he's dancing on the table, and Pele walks in, and just a wonderful, wonderful film. The scene, have you seen it? You've seen it, Coover, right? You've seen it.
I saw it for the first time quite recently. It was all right. I wasn't totally over the top about it, but it was all right. It was still a good watch. Oh, and another one I thought as well, the footballing classic, ID.
Oh my God! Yeah, you're taking it down a different road there, aren't you?
It's all about the football, mate. Honest.
Jesus, yeah. Let's have a look. Oh, Claude, you're being nice today. Big up to nice to see you this morning, Claude. Hope you are well, my friend. Sean. And I used to play skater hockey for Great Britain. So I loved the Mighty Ducks films when I was growing up. Me and all the boys who I played with would sit around and watch these films and dream of being like the Mighty Ducks. It was amazing. Oh God, Chris has said, morning, Savva. Good morning to you. Said The Sporting Life with Richard Harris, Rugby League. I've not seen that. I'll be honest. I'm not a rugby man, so I probably wouldn't have been drawn to that.
It's not really about the sport. It's more about the culture that goes with it. It's it's good film. Good film.
Perchie's messaged me, said Davies versus Sonny today. Wales versus Korea. What time are Wales playing Korea? And are they on TV? Are they playing today? Hang on, I'm looking at. Is it a World Club friendly? No, that's not a club, is it? Friendly international. What time are Wales playing? Might do that. Wales v South Korea, 7:45. Could be all over that. I'll tell you what, Perchy, want to join me for a watch along? Anyone can join me for a watch along. Perchy WhatsApps me while I'm streaming because he knows it puts me off. Love you, Perchy. Big up to the 2 people that just subscribed as we creep towards the 11K. Big up. A player I wanted to talk about who I think is massively underrated. I think Freddie Canute was a really good footballer. Big, strong, really good at holding the ball up. I think he'd be excellent in this setup. What do you make?
Yeah, I agree. Good first touch as well. He just did everything very competently, didn't he? Without really excelling at any one particular thing. It was kind of the perfect sort of foil for anybody. If you've got a superstar player, shove Freddie Canute alongside him. He's going to be a good partner. You're right. Very underrated. We've had a few like it as well. I think Crouchy was massively underrated at the club. Would
you rather have Crouchy up top now on his own or Richarlison?
Crouchy, obviously. Bust out some robotics. Oh, come on. How can you not love Crouchy anyway? Even if he doesn't score, he should take all the interviews after the game.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, here's a question. Here is a question and a half. Nice, easy one to answer. Who is the greatest athlete in all categories throughout history? Oh, yeah. I looked at that and went, oh. Look, shall I chuck a few names in and you tell me if I'm missing anyone obvious, yeah? So if I chuck in, from the world of football, I'm going to chuck in Pele, Maradona and Messi. I'm going to chuck them in. From the world of basketball, I'm going to chuck in Michael Jordan. I think that's a given, right? From the world of golf, Tiger Woods, Jack Nicklaus. Would that be fair? Maybe. I mean, I might be doing disjustice to a few people there. I don't know enough about baseball to have this conversation about baseball.
All I can say is Babe Ruth there.
Yeah, I was going to say Babe Ruth, and I thought, all I know is I've heard of him in films. I don't know anything about him. Other than that, you could look at tennis and say, what? Federer, McEnroe, Sampras, Djokovic, Nadal, Bjorn Borg. I don't know. Athletics, I mean, Usain Bolt has surely got to be in that conversation.
I think he can't go any further than him because it's like the highlight event in the Olympics, isn't it? The final of the men's 100 is the big one, as far as I'm concerned. I think most people are, because they just want to see that explosive speed.
Yeah.
Just behold it. So he's got to be right up there.
Yeah. So, by the way, just quickly, before people saying no Bale into that team. Listen, when we're only allowed to pick 3, you've got to remember, depending on the age. I think Coover and I have seen a lot of players. So obviously Bale in recent times, one of the best. But when I look back at players like Gaza, it's like, I don't know. Listen, I'm not knocking Bale in any way, but you can only pick 3, right? You can only pick 3. So, very, very different footballers, different skill sets, different teams they played in. I would say Ginola was a 4-4-2 guy. Bale was more of a wide forward that wanted to invert and play up top. Very, very different players, very different footballers.
If I want to enjoy my football, Ginola. If I want to win things more, I'd probably pick Bale. I think he's got it's that pace makes him more of a threat.
I'll tell you what it would have been to have both of them in the team. Can you imagine the link up? Jesus Christ.
With
It would have been
Modric.
Amazing. I mean, we've had some great players over the last couple of decades, the likes of Robbie Keane and Ledley King and, Dembele, even Ericsson. Never gets talked about. This guy transformed us into a team that had a playmaker. This guy was... Other than Fabregas for 5 years, I think he had the most assists in the Premier League. Like this is a serious player. But Ericsson,
I think I was always too harsh on him because I'd see the amount of games where he went missing. But if you think about it, Messi has gone missing in games. If the team isn't up to it, it's very difficult to get into it. It happens even if you're the best in the world.
I'll be honest. If Sol Campbell wasn't who he is now, and we had the Sol Campbell that came through at Spurs, I would love him at centre half Tottenham. I think what gets lost and the worst thing about the Sol Campbell betrayal, Coover, is no one would be talking about this if he was as good as Richarlison.
Well,
right?
Yeah, absolutely.
If Richarlison went to Arsenal right now, I wouldn't bat an eyelid. I wouldn't think worse. I wouldn't care.
Oh, come on.
I wouldn't.
You'd be grinning. You'd have the glass of champagne out on screen. My God, you'd have more than one packet of Jaffa cakes.
Oh, mate, absolutely. And this is the difference. The problem with Sol Campbell was he was that good. He was a world-class centre-back. And listen, doing what he did was obviously awful, but what a player. We can't just forget how good a centre-back he was. He was class.
That's the annoying thing for me. Looking back, we could have had a period with both Sol Campbell and Ledley King as our centre-back pairing. Could have had that for many years, but it is what it is, as you like to say.
Don't. Yeah, I think he's talking about Teddy. Yeah, Teddy went to Man United for a few years. Was it I remember the song was, "Oh, Teddy, Teddy." No, the first song, because the first year he went to Man United, they didn't win anything, did they? And the song was, "Oh, Teddy, Teddy." Went to Man United and he won airfall, right? Obviously with the swear word in there. And then after that, it was, "Oh, Teddy, Teddy." Went to Man United and he won the treble. Do you know what I mean? It was like Teddy Sheringham was, listen, what a footballer that man was. And every striker who played with him said he was the best striker they played with. Would I trade Maddison for? We'll never know, Coover. Coover, we'll never know. Oh, here we go. Would you trade Maddison? Yes. Yes. Yep. James Maddison's my favourite Spurs player now. Paul Gascoigne is one of my favourite footballers ever. Forget Spurs, footballers. I mean,
I love how Maddison plays. Paul Gascoigne makes me fall in love with the game over again. It's just magical player. Just everything. It's the full entertainment package. It's all the little quips and quirkiness and the pranks and the on-pitch antics. Love all of the passion he shows to the fans. He's a football fan first and foremost. It's like everything we are bundled into a Spurs shirt back then. Ability to spare. It just he felt like he could take on the world, and he often tried it.
By the way, sorry guys, I will do a watch along tonight purely because, I mean, we need some form of entertainment. I'm struggling to find what does anyone know what is on Sky or BT? The Wales game is on a channel called SC4. I have no idea what that is. Am I being an idiot? Apologies if I am. Whereas the Ireland game is on Viaplay. Why is nothing on? Anyway, we'll find a game. We'll do a watch along later. We will do a watch along later. Perchy's just said to me he's going to ask the boss if he's allowed to play tonight. So big up Perch and his actress wife, Suze. Big up to her as well. Coover, I don't want to go for another 7 or 8 minutes. I don't want to.
No problem.
Drag out for no reason.
To run out. There's no point carrying on now, is there? Oh, that's desperate. Good man. Good man.
Had to do it.
It's better than that daily egg, isn't it?
Feel the power.
Sorry, I can't treat that as a sport. Greatest athlete.
Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah, got to be up there, hasn't he? Anybody that dominates their sport has got to get a mention.
By the way, when someone's Michael Phelps, definitely got to have a shout. When people are saying Ben Johnson, a few people are saying Ben Johnson, a few people are saying Michael Johnson, athletics. The only reason I don't put Michael Johnson in there is because for me, and this, I don't mean this in any disrespect, he is Usain Bolt light for me. He was an incredible athlete, but sort of Usain Bolt just kind of came in and blew it all away. And I know that sounds mad because Michael Johnson was superb, but Usain Bolt just the best.
I don't even know who Michael Johnson is.
He was the.
I thought he was a basketball player.
Are you thinking of Magic? I don't know. Michael Johnson athletics.
I'm making a joke. Yeah, I mean, I knew who Ben Johnson was because he was so infamous because of the drug scandal. But I haven't paid much interest in athletics for years, I must admit.
Mark Cousins thinks Gary Babbitt. He's up there. Big up, Mark. I gotta love Mark Cousins. You have to love Mark. Absolutely brilliant. Kudos said Sampras is nowhere near Federer and McEnroe. I'm just going from when I was growing up, just Sampras was the guy to beat for that period. He was that guy to beat. And obviously the guys now have moved another level. I seem to remember, though, back then, when I was growing up watching tennis, I feel like there was more players that could have won Grand Slams. In the last decade, I feel like it's literally been the same 4 players that win every Grand Slam.
Didn't Sampras win something stupid like 7 Wimbledons in a row or something like that?
I think so.
5 or 7, but it was a case of he won as many as he wanted to and he decided to quit. It wasn't somebody beat him.
Yeah. I mean,
so that's dominance.
Brian Lara, number one in the world of cricket.
Yeah.
Floyd Mayweather. I mean, pound for pound, you've got to put him in there.
Absolutely my feeling about him as well. Hate the bloke, but What ability.
Yeah. Matt Spurs said Sol and Ledley would have been our best pairing ever. Sol and Ledley better than Jan and Toby?
Yeah, I think
For me,
so.
Yeah. Wow. Big Daddy Shin, best Spurs player, Gary Lineker at the 1990 World Cup with the old Gary Lineker. That man scored goals for fun, didn't he?
He did.
He scored goals. And he played for some big clubs.
You can't say this is the best Spurs player 1990 World Cup when Paul Gascoigne was also a Spurs player at the same time in the same World Cup. Come on. The two of them together, though. Oh, my God, that was fun. Some of the most fun times I've had as a Spurs fan, that.
Nick has said Mickey van der Ven has been left out of the Dutch squad for tonight's game. Is that for the senior squad, not the under-21s, Nick? Okay, let's see why. I mean, that's going to be a story all by itself, isn't it now?
Well, it's the Dutch, isn't it? They got a lot of good players. It's not a big issue, is it? He's not like he's the first choice on the team sheet in every game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Absolutely. People saying the GOAT, Tom Brady. We've got Rocky Marciano. Proud to be a Geordie, has chucked in the winner of all, Ron Jeremy. The greatest of all time in his own field. Yes. Big up, Ron Jeremy. I mean, Ayrton Senna. Rest in peace to Ayrton Senna. Just trying to see if there's anyone else. That said Sampras is just below Federer for Wimbledon titles. Amazing player. Yeah, Sampras, I remember him. He was brilliant. Ronnie O'Sullivan in the world of snooker has been pretty dominant, hasn't he, for a very long time? Can play both-handed. Whoever asked that question, it's a great question, but I feel like there'd never be a way of being right or wrong. I feel like, you know what I mean? I don't think there's a metric where you can measure.
I suppose what you could do is define which is the sport, or work out which is the sport that takes the most athletic ability. So for me, that would probably have to be something like a decathlon or maybe a triathlon, something like that. And then see who's dominated it the most. Perhaps that'll be the only fair way of doing it, because the rest of it will be very specialist. But if you're good at many different disciplines within the same sport, you've got to have something really special then.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, we are going to end in about 3 minutes' time. Before we do, just a girl who loves Spurs has shouted at me to big her up. She's 10 away from 500. Come on. 10 of you in here can just get over there and smash that subscribe button. And we're still 45 away from the 11K. So if anyone would like to subscribe, we're edging there slowly during International Week. But big up. And please get over to Just a Girl Who Loves Spurs.
If you like to disrupt Kate's stream, just make lots of silly comments about rude things and watch her start laughing.
Yeah. I've noticed that. Listen, Coover, I really enjoyed that today.
Some good questions, wasn't there?
Yeah, some great questions. So thank you for all the great questions. We'll be back tomorrow for another chat tomorrow. Coover, of course, is welcome. Friday morning chat with Savva. I might think about doing a watch-along tonight for one of the games. By doing a watch-along, I suppose it means we can keep up to date with all the scores of the internationals. I know it's not great, but it's some content, right, people? Trying my best here. And then Saturday, must plug it. Saturday, we have got the 24-hour charity stream where don't expect any real brilliant conversation. It will be silliness, funniness, games, nugget challenges, auctions. Perchy will put some really convoluted quiz together, which you need to know 15 rules to play. But it is what it is. And here is the link. I'm putting it in the chat right now. Putting it in the link, put it in the chat right here. This is the short URL because the long URL won't fit into StreamYard. So please get over there. And we are currently already, Coover, we're on 200 and hang on, no, we're not. Coover, we're on £298 of the 4K target. So we're 7% of our way, and the live stream doesn't start for another 48 hours. So that's pretty good going, I would say.
Can't be bad, can it?
Yeah.
Can't be bad.
And PH Family rounding us off by saying, was this the first troll-free stream? I think it could be. ever.
Could
For
be.
me, ever. If anyone really wants to say something really bad about me, now is the last 30 seconds to get it in, get it out your system, say what you want about me, go for it, go. Yeah, of course. And Coover wins that prize, of course. Listen, big up everyone. Go over to Kate. She's 5 away. Your tight gits, 5 away. Let's do this, people. Much love, Coover. Love as always, my brother. Thank you very much.
Cheers,
See you
mate.
later.
Pleasure as always.
And as always, come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs. Levy out.
Oh, forgot the button. Hang on, where are we?
Yeah, so you actually
So I've got to end it. Sorry, everyone. Yeah, I was looking for
a few hours, looking like it's.
I know.
Ended.
If I just sit here like this, I wonder if YouTube will pay me. If I just leave this running for like 5 hours.
We could start talking crap about everybody now and just pretend we didn't know.
Yeah. Right. So who in the chat do you hate the most?
Let's see. It's got to be Ben Kaufman, hasn't it? I mean,
I can't stand him.
Shot. God, I'm not going to be over there at 2:00 this afternoon. I'm telling you.
The rumors I've heard is that there's a coffee shop opposite his which actually makes coffee that tastes like coffee. That's just a rumor I've heard.
Don't go there, mate. No, there's joking and there's going a little bit too over the top. No. You can say all sorts of things to Ben, but you insult his coffee and you cross the line.
All right, let's talk about look. The stream's ended anyway, so we can slag whoever we want off. They won't ever see this. Let's talk about Nick. Let's talk about Nick Collison and his weird man crush on Emerson Royale. Oh, God, he annoys me.
He'll never come on here. You haven't got enough subscribers, have you?
Oh, God, Nick Collison. Just, oh, God. Oh, I like Emerson Royale. I play cricket.
It's the hill I'm going to die on and that sort of thing.
Yeah, I'm going to die.
He's totally lost it. Man, it's a good job he went over to America, I'm telling you.
Oh, mate, yeah, good. I mean, apparently he's back. Someone's got a rumor that he's back, and we've got to integrate him back into the kind of streaming world with us. Someone else as well, Mark Cousins, doesn't know a footballer if he thinks Gary Mabbott was any good. What a bad defender Gary Mabbott was.
Yeah,
how can you?
That's right. Taking all that time out with injury. God,
shocking.
Shocker.
Coov, we're live. We're still live. Shit. Oh no.
Right. So anyway, that's the play I was writing.
Yeah. I like it as well, where we paint Nick out, who's a lovely guy. Ben's coffee.
Do you want to end it? This is pretty crap.
See you later, everyone. Goodbye. And this time, here is the outro. See you later.